So your heart might not bleed for him knowing that he's got 100+ billion left. But what has happened this year? He's taken his eye off the ball. He's moved away from Tesla. All of the papers are full of the fact that you can't charge your car if you have got a Tesla. What's gone on?
Well, a number of things. I mean, it's not been a great year for Elon Musk, let's be fair. Oh, and he's still got enough to get by. I think he'll be okay for a little while. But yes, you're absolutely right. He's suffered the biggest net worth loss in history. You say 166 billion pounds, $200 billion, largely as a result of Tesla shares dropping 70%. But also his purchase of Twitter. I think effectively he's bought the largest credit card in the world, saddled himself with a debt of $13 billion and an income of $2 billion on Twitter itself. So it's going to be tough in the future too.
Alan, how is he ever going to get his money back from Twitter? I mean, is he a sort of some great genius that we just can't see it? Or, I mean, is this just sort of been an ego trip that's gone wrong?
Well, I couldn't comment on that, of course, Phil, but you might be right. The fact is he has invested a huge amount of money, not all his money, incidentally. He's borrowed quite a bit of it. Mm-hmm. But what he's done, he's banked on becoming a very important person on Twitter. He sees it as a way of getting his message out, also promoting things like Tesla. Unfortunately, there's nowhere near enough income to support Twitter, so he's going to have to put more and more money into it, sell more Tesla shares. So, as I say, he's bought himself a hunk of debt, and it's going to be very, very difficult to turn that into a profit.
But, Alan, other things have gone wrong as well, isn't it? People are now saying, we don't want you attached to these companies. So whether it's Tesla, the board there are not happy with him. He himself took a rather bold move by putting a tweet out, do you want me as the CEO of Twitter? To which they replied, no. So not only is he losing money, he's losing power within those businesses.
He is, you're right, Esther. He put out that poll and 57.5% of people who voted said, no, we don't want you as CEO of Twitter. To which his response was, if I can find someone stupid enough to take over as CEO, I'll give them the job. So he hasn't actually stepped down. He's rather said, well, I've heard what you've said, but I'm not sure anybody else would take this on. And he may well be right. But he's put himself in a very difficult situation. He's got a fairly large ego, I think it's fair to say, and perhaps that's run away with him.
I just wondered, I actually read in the paper, I don't know if this was true, Alan, but it said that he hadn't sort of learnt his lesson from Twitter, because I read that he was now talking about buying Substack as an add-on to Twitter. Do you think there's anything in that? Or is he going to pour more money away?
I've heard the rumours too, Phil. It's entirely possible that he'll go and buy some more stuff. He is a person who likes to acquire things. He sees something, shiny object, let's go and buy that without really thinking through the consequences. I mean, his aim is to be one of the most powerful men in the world. He's no longer the richest man in the world, incidentally, as a result of what's happened this year. He's only number 2 now, poor chap. But the fact is, I think he will still keep acquiring things in the hope that he can make money at some point.